Good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live this morning. My name's Jenny McCormac. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in Brackley in the centre of the UK. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is the start of my week featuring a brand new bundle which is coming out. It is available to order now and it will be in the new catalogue starting in January. Stampin' Up have given us an opportunity to present this product to you for December, and we also have an exclusive Christmas version of this particular set. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. And morning Carol, morning Laura. It's a little bit dull here today, but there's hope. I think there's hope for today. So this was the card that I created yesterday using this new suite, and it consists of a series of stamps and matching dies, which you can see here. If I talk about the stamps first, the stamps are called Quite Curvy. Trying to keep it out of the light. I've had to put my lights on this morning. And I have featured this previously. It has this lovely trail of ivy here, some flowers, the cutest little birds, and then it's got 4 main sentiments, as you can see there. And then we also have a small sentiment made with love just for you, which is perfect for the back of your cards, and a little hello and some tiny little leaves here. Hi Jill. Oh, the volume is low. Let me have a look-see. Okay, let me move my microphone a bit closer. Let me know if that's any better, Laura. It's looking the right volume here, but do comment and let me know if that's better for you. So this is the stamp set, and then the dies that match it cut out this vine here and these flowers and the birds, but it also has some really lovely edges to it. Now the dies don't show you in great deal what they do, so I've got some cut out examples for you. Let's put this one back in properly. So there's a couple of edges if I use this here. So you've got just a plain edge that you can use, and this works perfectly for scenery, for snow, anything else like that. We also have this edge here, which has got this lovely dot formation right the way through. So what I like about this is it's perfect for both masculine and feminine type cards. Children, anything really. Oh, thanks Laura. And then the other die cut edge we have is this really pretty, delicate edge. Okay, now what I like about the dies is that they are quite small, and you will notice on these dies that one side has got the cut edge and one side hasn't. So that will determine which side your dots are on. So what I've done, I don't know if you can see on here, is I have with a little Sharpie just put a little dashed line on that edge that has got the cut line on. Otherwise what happens is you pop this on your card, let's say you've measured this for example, and you put this on like that. What will happen is your cut line is at the top, so this one will be blank and the one on the bottom is the one with the dots. Okay, so my top tip if you're using this set is to mark the side and I say I've just used a Sharpie, it's worn off a little bit, that has got the edge on it. So you've got this one and you've got the fancy one here, and you've also got a die that cuts out the vine leaves. I'll get this one out here, that match with the vine. So they actually cut these out, so you end up with holes where the leaves are, and you end up with embossed leaves that you can use as well. And you've also got these other two foliage dies for the birds as well, as I mentioned. So I like the fact that the sentiments have a whole mix. So you've got your 1 in a million, hooray for you, so that's perfect for any age. Thinking of you makes my day, and wishing you the happiest of birthdays. There is also a Christmas set, which is this one here. Now this one is on limited supply. Oh, make sure it's not reflecting back, because it will only be available until the end of December. And these curves obviously follow the curves of the dies, like so. And then you've got May Your Days Be Merry and Bright and Thinking of You at Christmas, also with that slight curve. You've got some more foliage and things here, a bow, a Merry Christmas, some snow and some little stars and snowflakes. So the let me move these out of the way for the moment. So this week I'm going to be featuring this set all week with lots of different variations. So this was one I created yesterday. I've stamped the floral, okay, along here, and I find it easiest to do your die cutting of this piece first, and then you know where to position the stamp because obviously of the curve. And then I've added wishing you the happiest of birthdays and a little bow, and this is using Misty Moonlight for the colour here, and I've used Balmy Blue to colour these in. Now this was a card I made a little while ago, which was my favourite ever card, and as you can see it got rather demolished, mainly by the dog, because she does like to chew cardboard, and for some reason this had dropped onto the floor, and so she started chewing, and as you can see it made the colours run with all her bits and pieces. So I am going to recreate this one at some point, because this was a favourite card of mine. So moral of the story, don't leave the cards where they can fall on the floor and the dog can get them. Morning Pat, how lovely for you to join us. So I thought today I'd do a man's version of this card. So I've got some Just Jade cardstock, and this paper is actually from the papers I used last week for the cards featuring Whale Done, which has got the whales and the jellyfish and the seahorses and everything. This was not the card I did last week, I did this one the week before, but this is using just the papers, and I stamped the seahorses. And I've actually used the papers on the inside as well. Actually, I did do this one last week. Okay, so I thought I'd use some of these papers. So I didn't want the jellyfish. I was going to have this one here, and it's got like a seaweed effect, but I think it could be, you know, quite tropical, whatever you want. This is 6 inches wide, so it is extending over the side, but I'm going to stick that down and then trim the edge off. So let's do that first. Let's find some glue. Morning Brenda. Thank you for joining us on this somewhat dull Monday morning. Let's try another one of those. There we go. That's better. Okay, just leaving that very edge. So I'm just going to pop this on the bottom of the card. I want it going upwards, I think. So you could put designer paper across the whole of the back, but on the basis the majority of it's going to be covered up, I don't see any point in wasting your paper. Okay, I'm just going to trim that edge off from there. Can't believe it's the 1st of December tomorrow. Goodness me, where did that all go, everybody? Okay, so that's going to be the base of my card. And then I'm going to grab a piece here which is cut to the same size as the front, and I'm going to pop it through my die cutting machine. So what I'm going to do, is I'm going to take my die, okay, and make sure that I know where the cutting blade is. So the cutting blade is on this side, and I want the dots as part of my design. So I'm going to place it on here, and it's entirely up to me where I put that. Now, if you're using this for hills or mountains or anything else like that, you can, of course, you know, make it into a ski jump. You can have it at any angle that you like. I obviously want this because I'm going to have the text coming that way, so I need it in a sensible form, and I want to make sure, obviously, that the highest point is not any higher than my piece of card, if that makes any sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop that onto my die cutting machine. I might just put a little bit of washi tape on there. If I can find some to hand. Got some sparkly, that will do. It's very sparkly and I can't find the end. There it is. So I'm just positioning this so I know it's no higher than that, otherwise you'll see the card on the other side. Okay, just going to detack this very slightly, and then I'm going to put one here and one on here. This is really only to make sure that it doesn't move dramatically when I'm moving it and cutting it out. Okay, so that will go on my platform for our machine, like so, and always do it the lengthways down rather than crossways. It's much kinder to your blade. So I'm just going to put that through. I don't think there's any need to bring it up to the table just to cut that through, I'm sure. So here we go. So there are the dots, as you can see. Okay, and if I peel this away, this will be the plain side. Okay. Just stick that down there so I don't lose it. Okay, so this is going to go onto there. Now there's just a couple of holes that haven't popped out. I have to say our new die cutting machine is excellent. It's just got a little bit more pressure than the previous one, and as you can see, those came out without me having to do much. Just odd one there. Okay, so that is going to go up on there. Oh, Jeanette's doggy sitting, and hi Carol with an E. What sort of dog are you sitting, Jeanette? Sounds very exciting. Okay, so this was my original design. This is my feminine design. So for this one, what I thought I would do is actually use the Christmas version and use this set of stars here. Okay, so I have them here. They just literally just fit on this block. So I recommend, as with any of our long stamps, is to just let them relax on your sheet before you put your block on, and I think it will just go like so. I think I'll clean that. There we are. And all I'm going to do is bring my card down and then lay my stamp following the line of the curve, like so. And obviously you could do multiple ones of these, so you could do stars and then a sentiment and then stars again if you wanted to. So although this is just jade, I thought this would look nice in grey granite. It would also look nice if you embossed it, but for our Monday morning we're just going to stick to some straightforward stamping and die cutting. So let me just try that on here, see what it looks like. Yep, very sweet, and not, although it's got stars, I don't think it particularly says Christmas. There we go. So just taking time to position that. I'm also cautious that I've got some ink on the top of my block. I can see it from here. There we go. So there's our stars following that line. Oh, hi Linny. And then what I'm going to do is stamp either my happiest of birthday or hooray for you. What do you think? Maybe hooray for you. This one here, so it's nice and bold. Or wishing you the happiest of birthdays, which is this one here. Let's get hooray for you out and see what we think. There it is. Voila. I really must clean my blocks and these stamps by the looks of things. So I think what I'm going to do is do this one in just jade so that it coordinates with the papers. Oh nice long walks, that's what we like to hear. And oh, there it is. I was looking everywhere for just jade and there it was, tucked under the stamp set. So let's just ink this one up. Just going to try this on here to see what it will look like so. Yeah, that's rather nice. Seems to do the job. Now, because these are photopolymer, you could bend these stamps a little bit more if you wanted to. Not dramatically, but if you wanted to add a bit more of a curve, you could do. Okay, so that's there. And I'm just wondering whether to add a little bit more of those stars like that, or put another layer. What do you think? Let's have a look at it on the card. Okay, so I could make that slightly shorter if I wanted to show more of this, which is quite nice. So what do you think? Should I just add a little bit of the stars there, and I could add a little bit there, or shall I put a line, another line of the stars above it? Let me know what you think. Brenda says another layer, so like that, so it's sandwiched in. Tell you what would be really nice is if you like rainbows, is you could stamp a whole series of these in rainbow colours. That's given me an idea for another card later. Another layer looks good. Okay, let's do another layer. Thank you, ladies. So this is grey granite again. So this is quite a long stamp. So you'll either need this big block, which is an eye, or you could do this on the Stamparatus. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do for my rainbows, is put it on the Stamparatus and do some step stamping, and then it will be perfectly placed. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just manually line this up above. Hopefully it will be close enough. There we go. Oh, got that little bit there. Which is lucky because I'm going to trim a little bit that off. Okay, so I caught the edge of the stamp, which I said I did earlier, and I didn't wipe it off. So I'm lucky that I can take this up quite high. So I'm just going to trim that very top bit off. Just enough to get rid of my, oh, got some other paper in there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to stick that down. Now, as it's a man's card, I'm not going to add ribbon, but I might see if I've got some in colour of the Just Jade dots that I could do here. You could colour in the stars. You could colour them in with Wink of Stella. That would work. So let's stick this layer down. Oh, jolly good, Carol. I remember you saying that you just ordered your Stamparatus, so I'm so pleased. So perhaps I'll do that tomorrow then. Let's do a rainbow one tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just positioning this at the top of my card. So I do recommend when you cut your white card, or whatever card you're cutting this piece out of, allow yourself some extra so that you can move it up or down as you need to. Okay, so there's only a tiny little bit of a gap, just made it in there. Okay, so quite a different look for the same set of stamps and dies. Let me have a look and see if I've got some Just Jade embellishments. It might have to be a new pack. Everything but I could get away with these from the holiday rhinestones or the light blue. Let me have a look and see if I've got an open pack. There we go. Let me have a look, see. So yeah, these were the in colour ones. That's all I've got left. So I need to put those on my shopping list. Oh, I have got some stars here. Ooh. There we go. That's from a kit, I'm pretty sure. And I'll get away with those as well. Right, lots to choose from. So I'm quite tempted with these stars in those large star spaces. I know they're gold, so this would have been nicer in silver, but I think they would look quite nice on there, like so. That's one there. What do you think? Oh, bless you, Carol. Oh, did you try rainbow card with coloured card? I wonder, as opposed to stamping. It's yes, let me know if it was the dies or the stamps. So let's put 5 on there. There we go. I'm tempted because I've got 3 of those left. I was quite tempted to use them all up. And you know, I think I'm going to. Fluff on that one. I must have had these quite a while. Put one there and one there. There we go, so quite a different look. Little hair off there. There we go, finished. It's always nice when you finish a set of embellishments. So do you know what? I'm going to leave that exactly as is. Okay, so I recommend, Carol, doing what I did, which is to put a mark where the cut line is, and then you can either choose to have the ones that are on the dotty side or the plain side. Oh, bless you, Sarah. So what is the time? 3:10. I can stamp this one to show you. It's not a problem at all. So this is the male version of that one. Okay, so it's exactly the same. I'll quite happily show you. So if anybody doesn't need to watch this again, just shout, and I'll just recreate this design for Sarah. Let me grab a piece of white card here. So it's using the new curvy dies and the Quite Curvy stamp set, Sarah. Okay, I didn't actually do the flower one today, so you didn't miss it. I just didn't do it. But I can do it for you now. It's not a problem at all. So I'm just going to pop my die. Let me cut this piece down first. So I'm just going to cut this to a standard size card. So if anybody wants to know the bundle prices for the standard stamps that we've used here and the dies, it's $38.50. And if you want just the Christmas set, it's £20. So that's the Christmas stamp set, which you can get on its own. Okay, and then the Quite Curvy stamps and the matching dies that cut all of these components out is $38.50. Okay, so let us, we could do the other design. Let's do the floral design this time round. Let me grab that die. I would if I could see it. How crazy is that? It's because I tucked it under here. Here's the floral design. Okay, now this one's a little bit more obvious where the line is. Okay, so you want to make sure that your solid line is at the bottom of your design. Okay, so let's just pop it on there. And I tend to always put my washi tape on the side that I'm not using, although having said that, obviously you could use all these panels anyway, just in case it tears the paper. So I'm going to pop that through the die cutting machine, and I'm pleased to report that demonstrators from tomorrow can order the mini die cutting machine, so I shall be ordering it first thing. As soon as it arrives, I will come and share it with you. Customers can order them from the 1st of January. Okay, so as you can see, the majority of those pieces came out without me having to do anything. So this one here. Let's choose some paper to go with that. I could do this one here, the blue. But I quite fancy doing a pinky colour, so bear with me. Well, it doesn't have to be pink, but I was just thinking one of these from the, this is the one I use for the other card. Do yellow. And yellow flowers, or navy. Let's do yellow. That would be nice with the daisies as well. Okay, let me trim a little piece of this off. So you don't want anything too busy, I would say, for your paper. You could just use card, of course. I think that will work, and then I can do some yellow flowers. Okay, so if I grab the flower stamp, just this one here, which I've already got out from yesterday, and then all I did was stamped it multiple times using the curve of the flower as my edge. Let's grab early espresso, of course. There we go. So I'm just stamping that along there, following the curve really. Turning this over and curving it up like that. Now I could leave it like that, or I could make it go off the end. I think I'll leave that one like that, just so I've got something different. And then the sentiment can go across the top. So let's use wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Sorry if that's, oh no, it isn't just off the end. Oh, that was a bit close. Didn't press my stamp on hard enough, but got away with it. There we go. And then this is going to go onto there. So all I'm going to do is colour this in with a bit of Melon Mambo. So I've got light, dark, not Melon Mambo, Mango Melody. Oh dear. And I've got Granny Apple Green. Go nice and bright. So I'm just going to use the darker in the centre of the flowers, like so. And where the petals are sort of tucked behind. This is not, although it's quite an intricate stamp, it's not particularly difficult to colour in because the areas are quite small. So there's not a huge amount of shading that you have to do if you don't want to. There we go. I think that's most of the flowers. Bound to be one I've missed, isn't there? And then just the light one. Oops, that should be green, that one. I could actually make the stalks of this Crumb Cake because the stalks in here are actually brown, so I might do that just so it's coordinated. So you can replay this, Sarah, and watch the second one. Not quite sure at what point you joined us, but everybody's got a bonus card now. So thank you. So I will be featuring this set all week, and I will be placing another order this evening. So if anybody wants a set, let me know. So I think I'm going to do Crumb Cake, just to keep this sort of the same, rather than introduce another colour. So I'm just doing this fairly quickly for you. So I'll put a link to the shop for all of these items, just so you can go and see them, and I'll put that link in the description. So whether you're a demonstrator or a customer, you can see these all these items online. Now you could stamp and cut out these flowers as well and have another layer on top if you wished. This is quite an autumnal set now, isn't it, with these colours. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. What paper set is that? Flowers for All Seasons. It's a 6x6 paper set, and it has lovely flowers for every season, I beg your pardon. So it has some really lovely designs. This is my favourite, I think. So it's got stripes, and so flowers on one side and then patterns on the other. This is rather nice too. So you've got yellows and pinks and blues, basically the new in colours. Right, there we go. That's going to work, isn't it? She says, if I've got that spaced out enough after all that. If not, I'll grab a bigger piece. Let's just pop that onto a white card just for speed. I happen to have one, you know. It's a thin card. Here we go. Let me fold this right. Would help, wouldn't it? Will it fit? Yes, it will. Okay, this is Bumblebee colour, and I do happen to have, I'm pretty sure, some Bumblebee gingham ribbon. So let's just pop this down. I haven't cut it down, so it will go off the edge slightly. There we are. So when you put your layers down, just take your time. Okay, that's that one. Who can see my scissors? Here they are. Yeah, this bundle is really nice, but it is a bit daunting, I have to say. You do have to, it's one of those that you do have to have a little bit of a play with. I'll be honest about that. There we go. I could wrap some ribbon around there, but I think I'm going to put that on and then just put my bow on here like I did with the other one. I could put this up on dimensionals as well. Yep, I'm just wondering if I do that you'll see the gap at the side. So if you had the whole of this panel in yellow, then I might add this on dimensionals. There we go. So always checking to make sure I've got the card the right way round. So, and then let me grab some Bumblebee ribbon. Knew I had some in my little offcuts pot. Love this. So just going to do a little bow, so bunny ears, fold them over and through. So a bit longer than normal for Monday, so sorry about that, but you did get an extra card, so I don't feel quite so bad. There we go. Trim that down. Oops. And a glue dot for that. So just having that at an angle to sort of follow through. So there we go, there's the floral version. Let me move everything out of the way so you can see what we're doing and have a tidy up after my cup of coffee. So we've got that one there, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Hooray for you. And then this one here. So this one I've spaced out a little bit more, and I've made the flowers go off the edge, so I'm not quite sure which you prefer. Perhaps let me know whether you like the blue or the yellow. And there's our Just Jade men's one. So thank you so much. Oh, hi Jacqueline. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope some of you managed to do some crafting later, and that you're not working too hard. Stay safe and look after each other, won't you? and I shall be back tomorrow, Tuesday, live at 5 p.m. here for some more in our curvy keepsakes. Yes, our curvy keepsakes suite. And I will pop the link to all of the products in the comments here, so everybody can just go and have a look and see them online indeed. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.